We're good, bro.
Welcome.
Da-da,
Welcome.
da-da, da-da,
Sale,
da-da.
stop. I will ban you.
Shut
I'm
up.
gonna ban you. I'm gonna ban you now.
So it's been a while.
It clearly
Um,
has.
It has been a while.
I don't even remember what episode this is.
13?
My
Maybe.
balls dropped in between episodes.
We could probably talk about that earthquake. The 7 or 6.
Dude, it's been that's how long it's been, bro. That's weird.
7.5.
Who
We had
cares?
an earthquake.
Look, who cares?
Alright. But
No one does.
We're all okay.
back to the beginning.
Hey, what?
Um,
That's cool.
Go for it.
Go
Tom.
for it, Asai.
When I looked up Spidey Gang, you guys are the first ones to come out.
Of course.
Good.
Of course, dude. We're the only
Before
ones.
there was a rival, but now we beat him.
Yeah, we beat them to
deleted
it.
Oh yeah, they.
Look, if they're
They're
gonna
not there
watch,
anymore.
yeah, if they're gonna ever watch it though, they know that we came out on top.
Spidey Gang. You guys are concerned about? Are you guys concerned about the trademark though?
I mean,
You don't really trade much. Besides,
I mean, you're putting the spider thing in the back. Spider-Man's logo in the back.
yeah, but we're gonna change that
well,
up
it's
soon.
edited. Yeah.
Yeah,
Say that could be a stock image.
and plus, yeah, it's edited, so it's not really copyright. Unless we're ripping off the image like straight off the movie cover, then it's copyright. Then we're
That's
gonna
exactly what. No, I'm just kidding.
It's the
No.
same symbol and emblem, but it's not really like
I
pirate.
yeah.
love
Exactly.
that. I love that picture, dude. The one of my cat. It's the one.
Somebody joined.
Who joined?
Sorry.
Unsure.
Why'd you have to call it out? That was Carlos. I mean, he could have stayed.
No, I
I've
just
been
said
here.
he was here.
No, another Carlos.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Tell them to join back.
So the way we're gonna start off with the topics, we're gonna talk about like exactly what's going on. We're gonna resume schedule, but we'll probably once a week once everybody's ready. So it's kind of the same thing, except we don't have a set. We do it.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
What happened?
Nothing. I mean, let's see. Wait, let's see. What else can we talk about?
oh, we have that. Good.
I mean, we all right. Let's just let's do a quick restart because we kind of started off like ass.
We did.
Yeah, we did. It was
What
terrible.
was the topic at the beginning?
Like most of us are not even here, dude.
Look, it's just look. We're doing the intro right now. We're gonna keep it rolling.
Yeah, according to Mr. Rand, we were professionals that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a quick restart. 3, 2, 1. All right, cool. Let's go.
Welcome.
Welcome
Once
to-
again,
Hey
from
there,
death.
everybody.
Welcome back to YouTube.
Mickey Mouse is now currently in this podcast.
We
You
have
bet
the
your
mouse.
goddamn ass he is.
We'll be asking questions.
Who the hell is that?
Or-
Hey, let's go down the list then. Let's go down the list.
Oh yeah, we have everybody here. Me.
We have-
got CL.
we have the new.
We got Carlos. We got another Carlos.
We got 2 Carlos.
And
Everyone is here.
exactly.
I am here.
Except for Juan.
Yeah, Juan.
Juan's currently
Cleansing
activity.
himself.
What's he doing,
Yeah.
Joseph? What's he doing?
Is he purifying
something
himself?
about his brother. But
Purifying himself.
loud.
Is this a G-rated fucking podcast?
Could I? Juan's probably beating his brother.
Okay, never mind. It is.
Shit. Okay.
Okay, all right. We're starting off.
This is a family-friendly stream.
We're starting off
No.
pretty strong.
Not
so-
really.
Wait, is it a
But your
family?
family's
family
deranged
show?
it's
and
not.
It's too late
abusive.
for that,
Yeah.
Isai.
If
Oh,
you-
it's not. Well,
No, it's not
I
family
think-
friendly.
well, he got deported then, dude.
Oh.
I see.
How do you ban people again?
Yeah, you know, I think. What the fuck? That's just a ban aside. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm at the Kiki boy.
Who me?
Yep.
What? How did I say?
You know
What
what
would you
was
say, Saeed?
Okay.
I asked, okay?
Can you sh-
Yeah.
can you shut up already? Okay.
So yeah, we're finally back.
Yeah, we're
You know,
finally.
what
Say.
episode this?
We're,
It's probably the 20th. I don't know.
it is whatever number it wants to be honest.
Yeah. But
Remember?
probably biggest news to say, beginning, is that we have a Discord server
And
we're currently using.
yeah, it's the official server, so we're gonna start using that.
We'll start linking in the description, telling.
Are we leaking
Twitch.
Daniel's nudes?
Yes,
Yeah, we can. I'm down.
for $1,
I can leak them, dude. I have them.
I'll start a Patreon.
along with vlogs.
Oh my god. Are you gonna sell Gamer Guy water, bro?
No, I'm gonna
That's-
sell game cubes, dude.
Damn.
Farts in a can, dude.
Farts in
Farts
a can.
in a can.
It'll work. It'll work.
All right then.
Cool. So you already talked about like schedule, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So
Well, we made.
I mean, we're still trying to work out the kinks for the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So
We'll probably do a month for the current.
yeah, most likely. Cool.
Yeah, that's
All
pretty much
right.
That's pretty much yeah.
gaining fast on 100.
Yeah, we're almost there to 100,
Mm-hmm.
and from then, if we get 100, I'm pretty sure we're all gonna do something, like a big special.
We haven't thought of much yet.
Oh, I have an idea, dude.
We could eat 100 donuts.
Let's go.
I would be down to call LA Beast.
Oh,
Yes.
dude, I want to have him on here.
We'll go to the raid on Area 51, dude.
If we,
That's a must.
yeah, we're gonna record that obviously.
What the raid on
Area 51 massacre.
Daniel's already more than.
the Area
We
51
also
massacre?
may do a
That's what
special
it's called, dude.
for the 100, for the 200.
200 donuts?
He has like. We're just not gonna yet.
We'll eat 200 donuts while getting shot at.
That sounds like a plan.
While talking to the special guest.
Wait,
Can't
well,
you run?
Shitty at you.
Take me home.
stop. All right, you know what? You're getting muted.
I'll circumcise myself.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Yeah, we're finally back.
we're
Regular
actually gonna
schedule.
start. Yeah, we're gonna actually start doing the podcast more often now.
Just the whole one.
Yeah.
It'll probably be uploaded.
So what
This one.
topics are we talking about?
Funny you
So
ask,
far, we're just.
because I forgot.
We're probably
Someone
gonna
wrote
have
'em
Leo
down.
start doing our social. So you're talking to the media. It's not us. Asks for anything. Trust him. Just absolutely trust him.
Lord have mercy, you were cutting out every like second word.
Lord have mercy.
It'd be like that.
It do be
God
like that.
bless America.
Well, going back, yeah, Leo, social media, not us, but he is him.
That he is.
Got it?
I hope. I do hope.
Yeah, that's all we got
yeah,
for our spreading.
spreading the good word of the Lord.
So we'll really have like.
I have no idea what you just said.
Did I cut
Amen
out
to
again?
You were cutting out like every second word. I'm telling you.
As soon as I said 4chan, I said we're gonna have a 4chan.
Okay, cool. All right.
Mm.
Okay.
Be Spidey Gang bloopers instead of the real thing.
Hopefully.
No, we can't. No, we can't. Danny, you should know already. We
Yeah,
can't do that.
Yeah, Danny, you know we shouldn't.
And if anything, we should only release it on the Patreon,
Uncensored.
which we don't have.
Yeah, uncensored though.
Is that Patreon
Exactly.
exclusive?
Yeah, it might be. It should be. Because there are things that shouldn't be said on the podcast on there.
Like someone getting deported.
It shouldn't. No, not that.
You can say that. You can say that.
I mean, it involves. It involves.
That's still. Hey, that is appropriate. Okay.
So what is fair game here? What is fair game? So we know our boundaries.
The boundaries are simple.
No massacres of any kind.
Oh, of course,
What?
of course.
That's
of course.
BS.
Look, bro. I asked. Okay. And you guys said no.
Silly, you're
I
gonna be
said
the,
it.
hold on, Silly, you're gonna be the reason why our channel gets demonetized and taken down in a snap. You are the sole reason why.
Hmm?
Just sit
Silly.
there in your
That's it.
pumped up kicks, bro. Just sit there.
Oh,
Oh god, we're starting off strong.
Me or
Yoki's
Juan?
gonna love this. That we're just mentioning.
Yes, Susan Wojcinski's gonna be like, yep, them boys are at it again.
Oh, we
Who the
can
hell's
talk
that?
about
God.
the YouTube
Susan,
growth
please
thing.
no.
Have you heard of that?
The what? Heroes?
There's YouTube artificial growth going.
I don't know who are.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Anybody
know.
that listens to it.
I don't know two of the guys that are here, dude.
Oh my god, okay.
Thank you for telling us, Issei.
Okay, Cielo. I mean, this is Cielo and this is Carlos.
No, I know Cielo,
No,
bro.
no, shut up. This is
Nah,
my.
I know him. I know him before. You
This is
left. Yeah, all of you.
this is my podcast, and I will not let you interrupt me.
No.
I'm gonna move you.
Respect my authority.
So this is Cielo, Isai, and this is Carlos. Carlos 1
Pretty
and 2.
sure you could bring up massacres.
Hmm.
Carlos.
God, I wish Juan was here.
I'm gonna
Just-
look it up.
Just call me Carlos, I guess, since we already have a Carlos here to make it less confusing.
No, my uncle's name was Carlos.
I'm gonna call you Konos.
Kanos?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Carlos.
Tacos.
Hello. Hello.
Hello there.
May he
How
rest
are
in
you?
peace.
Hello there.
I want
General
him to come
Kenobi.
back.
General Kenobi.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Did you know he
Hello there.
pulled one on Kenobi?
Yeah, I know. But
He said
He
it.
said it the first time. He said it first.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there. You know, I can't believe he like killed a guy with tuberculosis.
Yeah, you could
I
totally
can't
mention
believe
it. If-
Grievous just died so fast.
Yeah, I hated that. I like the fight scene though. Like when he spins his arms, it was great.
Yeah, it
That's-
was good. Whoa, did you see the edits for that? It's like whoa. It was like somebody
That's why you
No
should
way.
like watch
edited
the
for like a
Clone Wars.
Minecraft.
No way. No way. No way.
Yes,
Breaking news. My homie 6ix9ine is going to be released, dude.
What?
I want to ban
What?
you.
Dang, he's gonna get shot, man.
Wait,
I'm
who
just
know
saying.
how
'cause
much
he,
he-
one
you
he
rapper
know how-
that's
snitched.
gonna come back from
You know how
Grievous'
much
fate
he.
gonna bring him back?
You know how much he means to me, Daniel.
You know how much he means to me? Because I started singing that song.
What? Look at me. Oh wait, no, that's excess.
No.
God damn it,
Daniel.
Issei.
What do you mean?
Daniel, you can mention.
Yes, I'm
massacre.
not gonna tolerate this, Yellow. I am not gonna tolerate it.
I looked it up.
Don't mention it.
We're coming back G-rated. This is what we're gonna.
Family friendly, guys.
Isai
Look,
already
Look,
mentioned.
if the
Chin.
first podcast in a while is gonna be all about massacres, we might as well just not do it.
God, what if it's-
It's
Why are we
it's-
talking about?
it
I never
is-
said it was
it-
political.
It is that simple. Just don't talk about
Don't
it.
even.
Comedy.
utter
Y'all got any ghost stories?
Yeah,
Ha-
I have a couple.
Near the end of the podcast.
Yeah, near the end.
Oh,
of
those for the
podcast.
end. Oh, okay. No.
I have a couple. I have a couple stories from work when I worked at 5 in the morning.
You know, we could probably
Oof.
just talk about this and see if it transitions. Next topic, go for it.
Go for it.
What?
Wait, do you
Who's
want to
talking?
mention?
What's your story?
Do you want to mention about that one story we were talking about, Cielo? That
Which
gory
one?
story? The
There's
one about the
multiple.
paramedic
Oh,
somebody?
oh, my dad. It's okay.
All right,
You want to mention
we can
that?
mention that one. That's such a like amazing story.
Oh, God,
Just
it's
the
not
sheer fact
amazing.
of it happening.
Disgusting. Okay.
Story
Which one?
time.
The fact that nobody
Should we talk?
the fact that nobody knows what you're talking about just makes it like
Well, it's only me and him because only me and him were in the
Well,
conversation.
plus, it's just a
think Danny
story.
was in the
It's just
party.
a.
Wait, who are me and
What?
him? Is that two people in the podcast?
whoa. We're getting,
I'm gonna slap you.
we're probably
Do you want me to talk about that?
I'm thinking of which one to talk about.
I
The
can talk
story
about the
where
one with
your
the
dad told you
bus.
the story. Oh, the bus one's pretty bad.
That's
We
gross.
could talk about the lady who went up the mountain.
That one was gross too.
That one's bad.
Have you guys?
Alright,
Did you guys?
whichever.
Oh, my bad.
She went up the mountain and came back with the Ten Commandments.
She
No.
didn't come back with
What?
almost
Wait,
anything.
wasn't
Came
that
back with
Moses?
something.
What are you?
Yes.
Wait, what are you talking about, Asai?
Did you guys know in Beyblade lore, Moses split the
Yeah,
Red Sea?
yeah,
with the
I
Beyblade?
told
Yeah,
Asai. I
he
told
split
Asai.
it with
I
the
told.
Beyblade.
Carlos.
Oh my god.
Funny you mentioned that because just recently I told Asai about that, and he didn't believe me until I showed him, and he did.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
died. Dude, I died when you showed me that.
God,
He
dude.
split the Red Sea with the Beyblade.
The Beyblade, bro.
It's canon. It's
Wait,
historical.
what was
it's-
the animal on his Beyblade? Was it a goat?
It was nah. I forget. It was like a water dragon. They never showed it. They never showed it.
It was the Lamb of God, dude.
You know, it probably
That's
was.
why. That's what I was
It
saying.
was a bush.
It was a burning
Why would it be
bush.
a bush?
A burning bush. He talked to a burning
What
bush.
What if it's a locust?
Oh god.
That'd be pretty scary.
That'd be pretty cool though.
I mean,
Did you
he's
hear about the
hold on.
locust infestation
He's
in
the one
Vegas?
who warned. Wait, what?
The locust infestation in Vegas?
I heard
There's
about
like
that.
tons of them.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
yeah.
tons of
It
them
was-
outside the
it was on
casino.
the-
I
It
have
looks
not heard
insane.
about this. What is this about?
There was a locust infestation at the Las Vegas Strip just recently.
That's
Really?
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Like a whole
It was
building.
like-
Like, a whole building was
Dude, they were covering entrances and shit. It
like
was
yeah,
crazy.
it was wild.
Wow.
That's,
Literal
Global warming.
plague.
Global warming, yeah. Yeah,
I don't know. Global
That's
warming
not
is
global
honestly
warming.
a
That's
move
just
like that.
locusts.
You know what? Let's just bring up
But
global
it-
warming now. Club Penguin.
Their
Wanna get
migration
you
was
down.
caused by a reason. You want to guess what that was?
Club Penguin, dude. I miss it.
Exactly.
Global warming.
Club Penguin was shut down because of global warming.
And
We
this-
have to act now.
And they say it wasn't real. Club Penguin.
What's Club
I
Penguin?
mean, there's still the Club
It's down
Penguin
under.
rewritten.
That's not real though. It's made by the government.
okay.
It's meant to fool you.
Alright. Yeah.
It's all a lie. What about the
yeah.
earthquake recently? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, we could talk about that. We were actually thinking about that too.
Because did you guys feel it? Because I was at I went to this year's anime expo, and I was waiting in
Oh,
line,
no.
and like no
Oh,
one.
my dad was there.
No, your dad was there.
Or my dad was a medic there. People were
Oh, I
getting
see.
overexcited and such.
He
Yeah, they
killed.
go-
He
Oh,
killed a man.
Oh my god.
He's the lone. No, he's the courier.
He's the courier of New Vegas.
My
Oh
dad.
my god.
Your dad
Yes.
would no. Your dad would be James. Your dad would be James from Fallout 3. So
My
Your
dad went to
dad's
the store and
Agent
never came
47.
back.
No, he's part of the Tunnel Snake.
Butch. He's Butch.
Yeah, he's just part of the.
Agent Cassidy.
He's Agent 47, dude. I'm sure,
Asian
bro.
47?
Asian
Yeah, dude.
47, dude.
Agent
Asian.
47.
Asian.
How would
Asian
that
47.
Secret Asian man.
Secret. Stop. All right, stop.
Oh, he is, right? He is,
I can
though.
say that I'm Asian.
No,
Yeah.
you no, but you can't say that because it'll get us demonetized.
I'm mixed.
It's
I can
Silo.
say like
It's-
anything. The African American and
biracial.
Indian.
Silo. We can get demonetized just by a single like word that you comes out of your mouth.
He is
Yep.
multiracial. Okay, you leave him alone.
Poop.
Why do you have to make this about race, Asai?
You made it about
You know what?
race,
Like, just so we
little
can
shit.
get car ads. Have you guys thought about buying a car recently?
Yeah, let's do an
No.
ad track. An ad track right now. Danny, fill us in. What's today's ad? What's today's ad about?
Diapers.
What's today's ad about, Danny? Give us an ad read.
Freaking Pampers. Get some, or else you gotta store.
Sell it to me, dude. Sell it to sell it to the
Bro,
audience,
it works
dude.
work wonders for babies, man.
Let's sell it
Think
to,
about it.
hold on. Let's sell it to the audience. Let's make sure they go out right now and buy a pair of diapers. Let's just try selling it to them. We'll go down the
Okay.
list. Cielo, give us a reason why they should buy diapers.
When I was a kid, I was a Gerber baby, and I bought their diapers, and now look at me now,
Gerber baby a veteran.
Gerber baby veteran.
A
Oh
warlord.
my god.
We'll get onto that. We'll go into that.
I was a baron, not a warlord.
All right. How about
Nah. This is an ad for freaking trudging condoms, dude. Wrap that
Mhm.
shit up, or else you'll be buying diapers. We don't need none of that shit.
That's
Trying to
too
sell them this part.
controversial. We can't say
You're
that.
too much. You're too much.
So like, you should buy diapers because like if you're a gamer and you don't want to get up, you don't want to get a hernia, bro.
I see.
You gotta chin that thing. It works for babies, bro. You're like, oh shit, I gotta go. Ah!
Look, it
All right,
works.
keep gaming.
It works for babies, but does it work for man-childs? Like man-children?
Adult diapers.
Have we tested this?
Oh, I see. Cool.
Swell.
Hey,
Cool.
This is going swell.
Daniel, did you take my exploding kittens with you?
What is exploding kittens?
Oh my god. This is not the time. Messiah, I'm
You
sorry.
can't bring that
but
up.
I can't. This is not the time. Okay, moving on.
You took it. How dare you?
going back, we are looking forward to what's coming out next month, right? Video games.
Minecraft, right? Minecraft story mode. Their dungeons.
Daniel, it's
Is
17
Dungeons
plus
actually coming
4.
next
I thought it was coming. No, it's coming out next year or early 2020.
next
Yes,
I
no,
hate
it's
how it's a
not.
Diablo clone. I thought it was gonna be like first person,
It should have been.
actual Minecraft.
Me too.
It should have been.
Daniel, it's 17 plus 4.
17.
No.
Too late.
Mm.
Wait, well, what about this? We could talk about Borderlands. We got
Hype's gone.
Hype's gone.
two people
Yeah.
about different.
Randy
you know,
pitchfork's a dick.
Look, I'm
He
gonna
is.
look. I'm just gonna put up the image, or I'm gonna put some text up on the screen saying "Hype's gone," and that's gonna be on there for like the next like hour. Hype's gone.
until the discussion's over.
Yeah, till the discussion's over.
So we already talked about Randy Pitchford. I'm gonna say Randall Savage. Randy Pitchford's escapade on
Ooh
medieval
yeah.
times. Right?
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Yeah, we did. We talked about that.
What else?
Man,
That and the
slaughter.
whole dumb shit he's been doing regarding the Epic Store and how. Or you guys have heard about the Epic Store, right?
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
The gaming?
Platform.
It's a platform
Okay.
to rival Steam, but it's like off.
Because you can rent games instead of actually buy them.
No, you buy them, but the problem is, Cielo, is that they lack so many features. There's
Plus
the
they're
problem.
what's it called? Very
It's just an inferior platform, and they're only defending it by saying, "Oh, Steam took 15 years to develop." But then it's like, well, why wouldn't you have your launcher set up already as to how it is? Because of those 15 years are.
their startup screen isn't very appealing to them.
It just feels like a dumb platform.
It just works.
We have an important question.
I see. Ask away.
Does it have a dark mode? Because I hate light.
Well, it's already
Exactly,
dark
right?
I think
default.
I think it does have. Yeah, it is dark by default.
It's dark by default, but it probably has an. It probably
No.
has no. You know what? I think it doesn't have
It's
the
white by
whole,
default, but it has some black
colorblind
tabs
thing.
on it.
I don't
Cancel.
think it has the colorblind.
Cancel.
Cancel.
Cancel culture.
Cancel subscription.
Can we talk about cancel culture? I think it's crazy how much we've let it like control our society at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah. You say one thing on the internet, the whole internet will be on you and cancel you.
Oh, please
literally.
don't. Please
What's
don't.
that?
We're
You
gonna
said
get canceled next.
Yeah,
no,
What's
no,
that?
exactly. No, you said not to get political, but
It's
It's
like,
political. It's the internet.
I already think of
oh
one.
Yeah.
no,
You
no.
say
Think
I
about
can
it.
already, I can already
Let's
think.
use-
oh
I
my
can
use
already
James
think
Gunn as an
about
example.
how. I can already think
we
about how
sound
that.
we sound like congressmen right now trying to discuss whether we should let this one
My-
thing happen. We are
Sound
not
like
going
Wait,
to let
you
that
want to
happen.
sound like a congressman? You
Okay,
gotta sound
okay,
like this.
go on.
Are we
Unga,
Okay, go
bunga.
on. Dude.
Anyways,
I can say one thing,
Yeah,
Daniel.
I just heard unga, and then that's it. It just died.
it'll have more unga, less bunga.
Gongiga, gongiga?
Stop. Stop.
Gongiga.
Trying to stay on topic here.
Okay.
Next month is gonna have a lot of releases, but I
yeah.
tend to forget.
What is
every
coming out this month?
E3,
Oh, my
let me
kid's
pull up
being
my-
born next
Borderlands,
next year.
Iceborne.
Let me look into my brain right now. What are we gonna get next year or next month?
You mean the internet?
I mean, I already know some. It's
You
like
got a
we're getting the new
clicky
board.
clackety brain.
But you guys
Daniel.
are saying it's already.
Yeah, it's my brain, dude. Don't worry. It's just don't
Click
worry
clack.
about it.
Are you guys
We're
coming
also
to the
getting
baby
the
shower
expansion
next
for
week?
Monster Hunter, which I'm excited for.
Totally.
Okay, cool. Next month
Uh,
releases. We're getting
Ori 2
Or-
for the game.
The GameCube?
Hero 7.
the GameCube
Wait,
remastered.
What was the game that got on the Wii out of all things? this
Just
year?
Dance. Just Dance.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's because did you know they still use like the original Wii's in hospitals and stuff for like kids who like have a hard time moving.
Yeah.
That's why
That's
they still make it
cool.
for that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Well, I
awesome.
know
Great.
surgeons, they actually practice their precision by playing monkey ball.
Monkey
What?
Ball sounds like something I play
Super,
with
You never-
fun.
Monkey Ball.
Monkeys.
Super monkey ball. You never heard about that?
Super Monkey Ball. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's a Sega game. I only know because it came out in that one Sonic racing game.
I know what
Like
you're
from
talking
Sonic
about.
Team Racing?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Here are the September releases. Spyro Remake Trilogy on the Switch.
That's gonna be
Hey,
okay.
that's Poggers.
That might be.
Torchlight 2,
Okay.
River City Girls, Gears 5, Iceborne. Isai's favorite game, 2K 2020.
What's that?
It's
Oh
a
no.
it's 2K. You know what 2K is?
No, it
Get on
sounds like a
2K, bro.
sports game.
Yo, get on 2K right now. Get
Is
on
it a
2K.
sports game?
Yeah, it's a sports game. It's
Is that-
basketball.
oh,
I
it's terrible
find no
then.
appeal
Already
to
terrible.
sports. I feel
Already
like
terrible.
if it exists, you just play the sport.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Oh my god, you know how annoying that is?
Exactly.
Borderlands 3. Demon or
Oh, that
yeah,
game's gonna be trash, dude.
Demon Ex Machina. Grid.
We'll talk about it after.
It's pretty fun.
Link's Awakening. I'm only
Oh,
naming.
that's coming out next month?
I'm only
Wait,
naming.
what?
Holy shit.
I thought
I'm
that was
only
already
naming.
out.
I'm only naming the games that
Dude.
I know are gonna be good, or I'm just naming them out. Because
That's
Oh, well,
opinionated.
just name
though.
anything.
I have no look. I have no interest in knowing about what is this?
Well, we might know
AI
what it
the
is.
the Somnium Files. Do you know about that? Or Owl?
This says
But someone
Somnia.
might know about it.
Well, do you know about it? Does anybody know about Owl the Somnium Files?
Of
Yeah,
course.
dude. That's that game
Just
boss
now?
that Juan really likes.
I know it's the last one in the trilogy.
Ooh, get wrecked.
He
You
got
got
you there.
wrecked. You got wrecked.
Checkmate, atheist.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull some leg hairs off you.
There's
Just
a
got
What about-
Shrek, my boy.
there's Nino Kuni, the fourth one I think.
I don't know what that is.
It's a JRPG.
Yeah. I'm surprised they have the.
Nerd.
It's another one in the series. Fourth or third, I forget.
I think it's.
Oh no, it's a remaster. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You're a
that's that one
remaster.
that.
It's the one that came out. It's the
one
one that
streamer.
it's the one that came out on the PS3.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was no, it's the one that Carson was like talking shit about, and he's like, he doesn't understand that. That's like like comparison to like a lot.
It's because he's too ignorant, dude.
I swear, I want to punch Carson in the face.
Contra
Ooh,
Rogue
call me
Core?
Carson?
Yeah, call me Carson.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
Carson.
Contra Rogue Core.
Oh, that. Oh, it looks really bad.
Is this a spinoff?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely looks and sounds like it.
Yeah, and it looks like a PS2 game too.
Christ.
Something wrong
That's
with that. I like
reminds me of
Spyro.
Bloodstained Symphony of the Night, or what was that Castlevania like?
It's like a it's a
Talking
collection
about
of games, no?
It's
Bloodstained?
Bloodstained.
Bloodstained, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What about it?
It's the one. I don't know. I was just mentioning how it's technically a spin-off, but it's just its own thing.
Yeah. Heavily inspired though.
I like how like started off like shit and about it, but then
yeah.
once the developers like criticism, they like overhauled in how it looked.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I really hope more developers start
Let's see.
actually start listening to their audience.
Definitely.
What about Beyond? What about like other releases beyond next month? What are you guys looking forward to?
Let's see. Modern Warfare.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's October.
Modern Warfare, yeah. Beyond next month, Modern Warfare, obviously.
Iceborne.
That
I'd
comes out
say so,
next
too.
month. That comes out next month.
Iceborne's next month.
Oh,
you're
and
right.
Does
also
Oh, and Death Stranding, no? Wait, doesn't Death
Yeah.
Stranding come out
Death
October?
Stranding
Death
November
Stranding.
and Pokemon Sword and Shield Fallen Order.
No,
Oh,
that's
I'm
bad.
not looking into that.
Yeah.
No, it's
That
I'm
one's
waiting for
gonna be
Pokemon
ass.
Gun.
I'm waiting.
Fallen Order seems okay.
I'm waiting for Pokemon. Stop rehashing.
I hate it. Yeah, I just hate the fact that since Pokemon Go is such a big hit, still racking in the dough for them, they're doing more so into its style, like that at all.
Pokemon what?
And I feel like Game Freak's gonna abandon that IP soon. Gonna try to do a third of their own.
No
I
doubt.
feel
I mean,
like
they're
they're
already
sending
That's
their
working on
best
talent.
another.
That's what
developers
they're
in
working.
that direction rather than.
Yeah, remember they're already working on another game because they're not really.
Yeah, I sent
like,
Danny a
focused.
video of this guy who had done an investigation about how Game Freak's focusing and abandoning Pokemon, even though if it sells badly, it's still their best-selling game regardless of any. So it's like, why even abandon Pokemon to begin with?
Exactly.
Well, I guess after
Let's.
you're doing it for so many years, you get burned out about it. Burned out from it.
That's
Sorry.
true,
Yeah, but you
but
have to
still, I mean, if you're in the business of making money, which is what the gaming industry, it's a media, it's an entertainment you have to take into accord what's going to bring that money. And since Pokemon is like in a, almost an immortal IP, you can't just get rid of it.
Obviously, yeah. I just
I
think that they
mean,
need
look
to
at
keep
Halo.
yeah.
No, please don't bring that up now.
Even
No, like,
you know,
but
despite it
sorry.
being has how it was and how it got bad, it's still alive.
I can't. Don't. That's.
The thing is, like, I think they need to take they're doing the right approach where they're trying to introduce new things and see what sticks and what doesn't, but they're not handling it in a good way. For example, like, what's it called? 343
Like it's
Industries
good
tried
that they
doing
got
that.
rid of the HMs and TMs. That's cool,
Yeah,
but
those were.
they're removing some mechanics that people liked, like Mega Evolution.
And Pokemon.
They were getting rid of stuff that was good in black and white, and that was when the series fell. No one really liked it.
Yeah, I
Then
guess so.
then they held the whole spiel about fairy types. Reality, dragon types were already kind of nerfed to begin with. Steel types would use against, or you could just use ice type or
True,
another
true.
dragon. I hate it when they added. That's all. That's just my. They should have added a whole nother type, like light or something. Contrast.
That
Rather
was
than
the thing I
fucking
once,
fairy.
I believe. Light type.
That was gonna be a thing. Stop.
It got scrapped.
Yeah, that should have totally been a thing. Because then dark just seems like it's there.
I
Definitely.
think that the reason why there's any Mega Evolution in the new game, it's they're probably gonna like pass it off as like a lore reason. Because I don't know if you played Ultra Sun and Moon, but they
I
introduced
did.
like the concept of dimensions and stuff. Yeah, that's my assumption
Yeah,
is why
the
there's not.
concept of Ultra Beast was cool. Going to different dimensions and capturing legendaries from there does make more sense than going to the region. Because then
Excuse
that
me.
means that opens the possibility of making so why everyone has a Entei or
Could
everyone has a Giratina.
Could I butt in for a second?
Please.
Go
Yeah.
for it.
It's getting a little late. I gotta work tomorrow, so
Understandable.
I'm gonna have to go off.
Understandable, fella.
By
I got three nerds.
what did he say?
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Alright.
You
Type.
know,
Good night.
Don't have a brain aneurysm at night.
He left. Okay.
All right.
Pokemon.
Yeah, but going back in there, the introduction of the Ultra Beast was cool, and I think it opened a very, very large possibility of the next thing being that we enter that dimension and we go to every region from any point of time. You get me? And it's just a
yeah,
big overhaul of the game. So it's like the entire Pokédex is in the game, plus new Ultra Beast. That I feel like would have been an amazing launch title especially for.
but then how can you top that? Is the question. That's why I feel like Game Freak will never make a game where we can go to every region. Because once
Well,
you do
think
that,
about
you
it.
can't top it.
When everyone
don't
talks
top it, you
about the
just
best
continue.
Pokemon games, everyone always mentions Platinum or Emerald, and so far none of them have been topped at all. Even with Ultra Moon and Sun and Moon, no one from everyone from the casual market liked, but that's because that's what it's aimed for. That's the problem. They're only aiming for new people, appeasing the people that were already buying their, which in turn is already making the game lose its original value. You get me?
Yeah.
It's
I
like
would say
it's like when
just make it
Monster Hunter appeals
Skyrim.
to the American audience. They made it easy, and because of that, the game was very. And they had to add dumb stuff, like monsters having more health and more damage. They didn't make the challenge at all a challenge. They just made it. You were just fighting a big, in a sense.
Daniel.
Yeah.
That's why.
Cutting-
That's why
cutting out.
when you're making your game, the best thing to look forward to is why the game is the way. Why does it stand out? Why did it make everyone follow it? Agenda and entity as its whole.
Yeah.
So like everyone's following Titanfall, or no, sorry, everyone's following like Halo's overall like agility ability, where you're jumping around, or Titanfall sliding around the building.
Yeah.
Black Ops, or no, Call of Duty tried to do that with their futuristic, or the futuristic, but it never really worked out because ultimately Call of Duty works best on the ground.
Modern.
Exactly.
Modern Warfare.
That's why Modern
prime.
Warfare series so
Prime in
that's
Call
why
of
everyone remembers
Black
Modern
Ops.
Warfare 2,
Daniel.
and then everyone remembers Black Ops 1 and 2 because of its story, its gun, and overall multiplayer experience.
What?
Yeah.
He's cutting out.
Shut up.
I'm trying to help.
I'm sorry. Let me give you a kiss.
I don't want a kiss from you. I'm leaving.
Hopefully, I don't cut out. Continue.
Moving on to like game releases. Let's see. Luigi's Mansion 3. That's
Coming
coming.
out next month?
No, October. Okay, let me do September then.
Well, we already said everything.
The Surge 2,
September.
Code Vein, Dragon Quest 11, Shadowkeep, Breakpoint. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. That's October.
I mean, we could go on a talk about, because I don't really think I felt that you said everything why you really like it.
Well, I mean, everything else on here was like. Let's see what's on here. Everything else was like.
No, I'm just mean like Borderlands 3. They feel like to you.
Oh, I don't know. It's. Nah.
You just kind of lost hype.
Yeah, for me it got outshined only because I'm on Destiny now, like actively.
So you feel that Destiny kind of replaced what you.
Yeah, it did,
Mm.
in my opinion.
I kind of want to blame
No,
it
of
on the
course.
trailers.
Oh,
I
what
don't
game?
know, I
What
mean-
game?
Borderlands.
The trailers for me haven't been. It's not the trailers for me isn't that like that's why I lost hype. It's more or less the like the in-game mechanics are cool. I'm not gonna lie, but it just feels like it's gonna be like a short-paced game because Borderlands 2, we beat Borderlands 2.
We played it together.
We played it, but if we play Borderlands 3, it's gonna feel like the same thing, only with updated graphics, more weapons, etc., etc. It's just gonna feel bland, you know.
I thought it would be because for me it's because of the. I feel like they let you see way too much. What the 5-minute trailer?
That's what trailers do, man.
But like, okay, for
I
Death
feel like they're
Stranded,
just,
Death
they're
Stranded's
just not
first
saying
trailer,
much,
2
especially
seconds.
because they want
They're just keeping
story to be.
they're just keeping everything on the low, and I don't want that.
I don't know. I mean, partially it makes sense.
It
It's obvious.
It does.
So-
You don't want to spoil a lot, but even then, it's still. Just give us just give us a taste of what we're gonna get, or at least a whole like, maybe like a whole piece of what we're gonna get. Because then, if we don't get that, we're just gonna be like, what the hell? We're gonna be left wanting more, and that's gonna be leading into like, oh, I'm gonna buy the game. Day one, you come home with it, it's trash. You return it, get $30 for it.
Kind of like what Anthem did, except Anthem went
Don't
way
get-
down the
Anthem was
drain.
Awful.
And you saw my tweet, right? Like, I love how like Anthem is still trying out here. It's sad.
No, I feel like they're giving up.
No, they just recently put out like a new market system, like a new vendor. They put out a new vendor, and like they were like, have fun today or something. But like, I love how they're still trying out here. I hate the game. I find it funny. Me personally, I find it funny how they're still trying out here when there's games like Destiny out here. There's COD. There's Battlefield 5. There's a bunch more games that you would rather play than just Anthem. You know.
Well, I mean, of course they're not gonna stop
They're
poorly.
definitely not. Yeah, they're not gonna stop.
Yeah,
Obviously.
EA's breathing down their necks, by the way. So it's like,
No, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
feel like
but-
Electronic Arts has already given up on the, because like on their current like Stockhold meeting, they said the same thing that they said with Mass Effect Andromeda. Like as soon as they're able to like forget about the during their next stock meeting, they're just completely never gonna talk about.
That's
Even
just,
during the Cataclysm update, which was supposed to be they're taking King, nothing changed. It was just the same old thing. That's why I feel like nothing's. And I feel like it's just done.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not on your guys' side with this. I think it's completely nothing. It's not gonna.
You cut out like crazy
lot.
amounts of times. I didn't even catch the game that you were mentioning.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Okay,
Oh,
It's not gonna have the same redemption.
no, it isn't.
No, and
Aren't they apparently like adding more stuff though?
they are.
I think it peaked already, Danny.
Yeah, it did because they
I mean,
added,
it's getting better and better.
it
Obviously.
peaked already because they added multiplayer and they added
Yeah, I
basic.
think it.
Oh,
They
and
just-
they're
okay.
also having VR this month.
Really?
Yeah, for the
Really?
PlayStation VR and PC, I'm
That's
pretty sure.
well. That's
It's gonna be sick.
I feel like it peaked with multiplayer.
I feel like it peaked with multiplayer and all the adjustments. Like it's more of a sandbox now.
Well, of course,
rather
it peaked with multiplayer
Yeah.
because that's what they promised.
It's
remember?
more of a sandbox now that rather than just this empty wasteland of nothing.
Well, of course, it's a Minecraft isk.
There's that other game,
sandbox.
Space Astronauts.
Space astronauts.
No, I forget what it's called. I
Is
have
it
it
the
as a
one where
game.
you have to like get community on Mars?
No, I'll look it up. I have it as a game.
Okay. Um.
But going into what I was cutting off for, I feel like
Found it.
Anthem isn't going to have the same
Comeback.
story and comeback as No Man's Sky.
No, definitely.
and-
No, definitely not.
Space
I think
Engineers
it's
is a
just
game.
been I think it's just been dead on arrival.
It-
It was just already
Dude,
we're already going through the rigor mortis.
yeah, it's no, it's already on its final breath. Like
Yeah.
on deathbed, it's already like flatlining. It's dead. It's beaten.
Every other beep.
It's dead. It's completely
It's
dead.
gone. It's gone.
That's so sad.
At
Yeah,
this-
but
at-
that's what happens
yeah,
when
that's what happens when EA
you know,
just is like, give me money, give
gets
me
a
money, give me,
studio
yeah, give me
just
money.
because of its name.
yeah, give me
No,
money.
that was entirely on Bioware. That was entirely on them.
No, that's why. But I'm saying it's EA's fault for buying a studio just because of their good name, and forcing them to do the best thing despite their best wishes.
The worst that could happen is if EA just buys the IP for Fallout.
I mean, they've already bought our favorite. They bought the Star Wars.
They-
Lucas Arts
they-
fucking died.
They bought my boys at Obsidian, and I hate them.
Wait, they actually bought Obsidian?
No,
Well,
they didn't.
No,
There's
not
no
Obsidian.
way.
Not Obsidian.
Oh.
You're lying.
I mean, well,
If it happens,
they bought Star Wars, and Star Wars includes
our boy Starkiller
our boy Starkiller, Knights
on Dead Space. Let's
no,
not forget
Dead
that.
Space,
But Dead Space did well.
Knights of the Old Republic, Battlefront. It bought one of my favorite, like a bunch of my favorite titles, and they just-
Battlefront 2 isn't that bad though.
No,
I
right
wanna
now,
say-
no, I can agree right now. It isn't that bad. It's actually pretty good. It's fun. Now it is.
I don't know. I can't really.
Now it is,
forgive
yeah.
now it
definitely.
is.
Starting the way it did.
The,
to be
the
honest.
way the way it started was terrible, but now it's like it's actually fun. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. I can't be on the side when it started off so awful and predatory. I feel like even if it got better, I won't be on its side. That's why I still, to this day, don't feel No Man's Sky. I don't like it how they
Mhm.
started with Lie.
I understand.
That's why I prefer a lot like of Subnautica. I love it. I love the game. I like how it started so small and became something so much.
Understandable.
We get you, dude.
Wait, when did I cut out?
No, we heard you. We heard you.
Oh, still
Understand.
fucking the goblin.
Understandable. We're all entitled to our own opinion, but if you mention
Mm-hmm.
anything about K-pop, your opinion is canceled. Moving on.
K-pop? You
Moving
mean
on.
K-pop?
What if what Wojiki is a K-pop fan? Do we get demonetized?
I don't care. I want that to be like thrown out there.
K-pop?
Yeah,
Yamamoto, the K-pop member.
K-poop. It's called
K-poop?
K-poop now.
That's kind of rude, Daniel.
At least when it's saying Keish. We're being nice. We're being generous to him. I think.
Can I?
Okay. What else is on here?
I mean, me and Cielo could.
So you and
If
Silla
I-
could what?
What?
Talk about ice.
Iceborne?
He's cutting out
Yeah,
for
you're
me.
cutting out so
Yeah.
much, dude.
Danny. Damn it, dude.
You're like that
come on.
SCP that enters the dimension randomly.
You're literally a class D guy going in from the dimension
gonna-
out of a dimension.
I'll be right back.
Okay, cool.
So what about Dora the movie, guys? You guys gonna watch Dora?
I would rather gouge out my own eyeballs than watch that movie.
I'm gonna
I
pay.
like
I'm gonna
watching
pay
it.
for your ticket, Daniel.
Have
You
you
know
ever
what?
seen The
Alright,
Room?
Can you guys hear me?
I've seen
Yeah.
The Room.
Yeah.
It's probably
Sound better?
the best movie.
Yes. It's
Well, it's a
not that
bad
you sounded
movie.
bad. It's more
Wait,
that you
what movie?
disappeared.
The Room
The
is
Room.
like the best movie, hands down.
It's the best bad.
It's the best bad movie, and that's what I love
The
about
only
it.
thing that rivals it, in my opinion, is Attack of the Killer.
Isn't that
Man,
Nah,
there
Sharknado
is-
gets it.
No, Sharknado.
No.
Sharknado.
What?
Awful.
Sharknado? They went to space.
So
Oh my god, I
they
love
went
that movie.
They went to space. They had
That's Fast and the Furious, bro.
That's 7 movies. They had 7 movies.
Well,
That's
Fast and
It's an
Furious is
it is
definitely
an
a contender, but I
amazing
just
series,
don't.
Daniel.
That franchise is awful. Fast and Furious is awful, and I hate it how I have to go on a debate as to why it got its popularity.
Oh, actually, I can explain that. I have my uncle works directly on the set for Fast and Furious, and why they changed from normal street racing, kind of things, to more like stunts
Isn't
and
it
stuff.
just to appeal to the Chinese market?
Yes, and also just to appeal to people's action fantasies. Like people like seeing
Yeah.
explosions and things like that. That's what it's mostly made for nowadays. Because like
Yeah.
they realize they can make more money off of that than having people like to actually come and watch a racing film. And they realize this, and
Absolutely.
they're like, "Holy shit! Like it's easy money." That's like the whole reason behind it. I've heard that someone's working on like a proper reboot of the series where it's like actual racing, but that's like kind of still in the dark right now because my uncle just barely heard about this, and it's kind of a 50-50 chance that someone thought about it and just forgot and like gave up on it, or
I see.
executives said no.
Jeez. Well, good luck to them.
Well, it'll maybe happen. There's still the possibility,
I'm
but
just.
we're probably still gonna stay in.
Look,
I mean, the current
if it
current
happens-
superhero movie
if it
for
happens,
Fast and
it happens.
Hobbs.
Yeah.
At least now we have a
I need a
series.
Vol Hazak thing for that.
Also, do you guys know that the Fast and Furious series might go to space? One of the directors said it's not out of the question.
That's
Yeah,
stupid.
I saw like on
Wow.
an Instagram post. I saw like they're not afraid to go to space,
Family.
and I was immediately
Well, they should
starstruck.
be.
That's
Oh my
stupid.
God. Starstruck.
I was immediately
That's
starstruck.
wild.
I was like, "Wow, that is
Punch.
the
Punch
that
control.
is
Were
like
you
that is-
as surprised at the new trailer for Star Wars?
don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Okay, so can we talk about Star Wars?
Yeah,
Actually,
no,
can we
no.
talk about the.
Let's talk about the new terrible trilogy.
Okay, so the first Force Awakens was pretty mediocre compared to the rest of the series.
Agreed.
But, like,
Didn't
Mediocre.
feel
Mediocre. Yeah, but then you
mediocre.
have let's call it
Last Jedi.
the last Jedi. I can't remember. When J.J. Abrams left, right, when he did the first film,
Yep.
and he left like a bare bones like thing saying like, okay, this is how the story's gonna basically go, and just try to follow this. Ryan Johnson was like, nah, and turned into his personal fanfic.
Yeah,
yes.
It's terrible.
And then because like even though friends were outraged, someone decided to go too far and like go after one of the actors when they were just playing a character, and that just gave everyone else a bad name for just not liking the film. And because of that, now we're just treated as clowns.
Yeah, it's I hate that
Well,
trilogy
yeah,
so
people
much.
just go out of their way as soon as something bad happens. They just say like, "Oh, it's just like a literal." If you're a part of it, but they
Yeah.
have to understand there's always that bad egg and come.
Oh good lord.
Not again.
Not again.
I never
I'm cutting out.
understood why no one ever
Yeah.
liked
You
the
cut
prequel.
you cut out when you were asking if you cut out.
Are you using your data, Joe?
No, I could be.
How far are you from your router?
Is it data
I'm
or
right
data?
next.
That's a good question.
Christ.
I mean, it did turn off because we had a power.
That shouldn't be a problem. It's a reset. Just reset.
Mhm. Well,
Do you want me to reset it? I mean,
No.
you don't
Actually,
no, you don't have to. It's I'm not gonna blame it on your internet because your internet's fine. I feel like it's just the auxiliary port of your phone or your headset. It's one of those two. That's my bet.
I could unplug it. Is that any better?
that might be better.
Well, we have to see.
Yeah.
I'll continue do this so it doesn't cut. Good.
Are you plugging it in and out like repeatedly?
Twisting it.
Oh no, it's cutting out a lot then.
That's not working.
How's this?
It's fine.
That's
Keep.
good.
It's
Better.
fine. The best I
Keep
can
it
tell
that
you
way.
is keep it in that position.
Please.
It's on my cock.
Oh my.
Then keep it on there.
Yes.
Yes. Um yeah, no, Star Wars is trash.
I like Star Wars.
Well,
But apparently the new one's gonna wreck stuff from the second.
I
It's
can't
gonna
do that.
retcon?
Can't do that.
Yeah,
It's
they're
gonna
gonna retcon.
retcon already.
wow.
So for example,
Wow.
the helmet. He's already going back and he's gonna get it again. Because remember
What
the second
helmet?
one he broke it.
Darth Vader's helmet?
No,
No.
Kylo.
Kylo.
Oh.
Carlos.
Yeah, he broke his helmet.
And
And
now
now
he's
he's
getting
rebuilding
it
it.
back.
Yeah, the retconning.
Yeah,
And
no.
they're bringing back the story of the Knights of Ren. Knights of
Ren.
Knights of Ren.
You got it.
Yeah.
Knights of Ren.
That stuff is so stupid.
Look, I don't.
Wait, and then aren't they gonna do the whole? They're gonna retcon the whole forget the past and start with. Are they gonna
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
Because everyone
from the-
hated that when that happened. When Yoda did that. They made fucking Yoda, and they even brought back the pup.
They
Come
did.
on.
That
They
upset me a
brought back.
lot.
Yeah, they brought back the puppet. That hurt me.
Look, it's
That
like,
hurt
look,
me.
I get it. We complain
Like,
It's
about
because they
how
spent so
hard
much money on that
disrespect.
blue milk, bro.
No, but listen.
I get you.
I get it.
got
I
that.
get it.
I
They
got
brought
that.
it back. They brought it back, because of like the whole second trilogy, where like everyone was like, "Oh, it's CGI Yoda." It's like all this.
It should have been.
Come on.
It should have been CGI Yoda. That's all I'm saying. It should have
I
been.
mean, probably for the speaking things, they could make like a tronic, so make it like more life. But then once it hits CG, it's not gonna be good unless it's like
Uh,
they just have to throw a midget around. It's Yoda.
Joe.
Don't do that, Dan.
Joe.
Isn't that what R2D2
Don't
is?
do that, Daniel.
Joe. I just heard throw a midget and call it Yoda, and you cut out. This is what I heard. Throw a midget. Yoda. And I was like, what? I know what you're saying.
That's pretty good.
Like, I know what you're saying, but it's like it's cut out like so much.
I don't. I kept.
The best I can tell you is again, auxiliary port of your phone or your headset or your headphones. If anything,
I doubt it. Because in the party chat, I sound fine.
exactly. If anything, just get wireless headphones. That's all I'm gonna say. But I wouldn't go out of my way to get them now because they're fine.
This makes me want to get.
Oh god. Let's just let's take an ad read. Let's take an ad read.
You're
Dan,
cutting out so much for me.
Stairs.
you want to talk about stairs? All right, what kind of stairs are we selling, Danny?
Oh,
The
stairs.
Where's it? Oh, we're selling ivory stairs. All right, cool. Ivory stairs. You can buy some ivory stairs, put them in front of your house, your porch. Don't even bother like putting them in correctly. Put them in backwards. Whatever you want.
Made from elephants.
Are you suggesting that we poach elephants for their
I didn't say
ivory?
that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You said they were made.
That's what it sounds like.
Look, all right, no more ad read.
What?
All right, cool, moving on.
So guys,
All right,
where do bees sleep?
we're gonna take an ad read for Cielo laughing. Is anyone down to buy Cielo's laughs in a box? Like in a
He
can?
just explode out.
It's like farts in a jar. Only laughs.
I remember there was a
stink
commercial
bombs.
about that. I thought it was the stupidest thing. Some little girl ran out into like the middle of a valley or a plain area, captured some wind in a bottle, ran an hour back to her grandma's birthday, and like opened the jar and it blew out the 100 candle birthday cake because her grandma couldn't do it because that's how old she was. And I'm like, why would you do that? Just have everyone help her. Don't send the little girl out to like the middle of nowhere.
That was my job.
What?
She just like falls flat on her face on the table on the cake.
Flatline.
Jeez. Are we gonna have a Gilbert Grape moment? Mama? Mom?
And like this, I think one of the worst parts was her whole family was there and no one helped her blow out the candles.
That's fine.
The whole time.
They were just clapping because they thought it was like a circus trick. Like a trick.
I thought it was the saddest thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, we talked about upcoming games coming out a lot, like for a long time. We talked about
What up?
movie franchises.
What about anime?
Well, we're going by that. Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. JoJo Part 5 ended, and I'm sad.
I want more
being a
JoJo,
weenie.
honestly.
Stop
Look,
being a weenie.
You have to wait
Daniel.
3 years for.
I'm
sorry, 20 years.
20 years for Part 6.
The next Berserk
God
chapter is
damn.
coming out in August.
The next Berserk chapter is coming out. Great, thank God.
And then the Grand War is going to start in SAO in October, which is going to be great if anyone's read ahead.
I'm sorry, but we don't tolerate SAO in this community.
No, dude.
We really
Funny.
don't.
Want to know something interesting? In Japan, as an insult, they would call you Kirito. They use that as an actual insult in Japan. I think it's pretty funny. But yeah.
Imagine being called the worst anime of your life, and like throughout your life.
No, that's Boku no Pico. Sorry.
I'm gonna have to give that a 10 out of 10, bro. I'm sorry. Don't get me started on the stick.
Yo,
For
what's
our
the
viewers.
worst anime you guys
Boku no
like hate?
Pico.
Like, what's the worst?
My worst
Child.
one? God, I know there is one. Oh, you know what? All of you guys are actually gonna hate me for saying this,
Lay it on
but
us.
My Hero
ahead.
Academia.
What?
Nah.
Out of here.
That easily is probably one of the most predictable,
Oh
stupidest
it's
animes
look,
in the world.
It is. It's terrible. Look,
That's how bad it is.
I like it because of the fights.
Yellow.
I hate.
Don't even say that because then Sergio's gonna go after you.
I don't care. I don't care if I die
I-
because of that.
I can
I'm
definitely agree.
I mean, think about it, guys. Come on, it's shonen.
it's
come
it's a shonen.
It is shonen,
It's a
but it
shonen.
breaks away from the typical shonen aspects.
Exactly.
And that's why I like My Hero, because I can't bear to watch Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail is something else. Naruto, I watched just a bit.
It was
I don't.
it was good.
I don't even think it
Naruto
breaks
was
away from
good, yeah.
shonen. It's kind of
Like-
just doing the same formulaic.
like
except,
Daniel,
Kid Naruto is bullshit.
when the
Naruto
first
Shippuden was
Oh yeah,
couple
awful.
Boruto's
things,
awful.
Boruto's terrible. It's definitely
You don't
bad.
even pay attention.
I don't know. Everyone gives a shit, but I think it's better than. Oh, I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but the later half of Kid Naruto, because I think that's just pure filler
Oh.
and bullshit. By using
when it's, like,
using
training?
talk no jutsu,
Okay, no.
basically.
Okay. I can pretty much agree with that, but it's
But
gonna.
the thing is, Naruto had to have filler because they have to catch up to the current stuff. They have to give people breaks. That's the problem. Problem with the process.
That's just filler in general.
You're not
I
wrong,
don't
because
know.
then we can have a mess.
I feel like it's
Darling in
because
the
they
Franxx.
don't have enough.
it was so predictable, Daniel.
No, I know. Look. Let me talk about Image. Let me talk about MHA real quick. I watched seasons 1 through 3, and season 3, as I've been told by Sergio, is like the hype of the series, and I was like, okay, I'll take your word for it. I'm not gonna lie, it was the only thing hype about it were the fights, and
Nobu's great.
no. Okay,
Or Nomu.
Nomu, hands down the best fight. All Might versus All For One, best fight. Let's see. Midoriya versus Muscular, the worst fight, hands down.
Why is that?
Yeah, you told me like it was like a really kind of short.
It's the shortest fight. It's terrible. I don't like how he has like one of those anime moments where he's like, I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna die protecting the one I love, and gets like 1,000 billion power up out of nowhere, and I hate that about I hate that a lot about a bunch of animes. It's
So
terrible.
predictable.
Have you ever heard of what's it called? You know, like
friendship.
let's say, for
Do it.
example, it's a sense of everyone is like in reality, everyone has this thing where on their bodies where they have limiters.
I know.
Because they use too much of
It's
their strength,
the
right?
is it
It-
the Are you talking about the pregnant woman thing where they can lift a car? If they're okay, no, I
Yeah.
understand that. I understand that. But it's like with Muscular, he was so cool. I liked him as a villain. I hated his fight. His fight was 2 minutes. Like literally like at least 2 minutes. It's short. It's terrible. The kid that he has to protect, I forget his name because I don't care about him. He was just another stupid character just
Or are you
added
talking
in
about
there.
the kid that was the son of heroes?
Yeah, the son of
The two heroes.
yeah, the two heroes, and
I think he was just there as a mediator to show us as an audience
he was
what
just
would it be growing up as the line.
he was literally only there just to be like the kid this kid. He was just to be like the Midori when he was younger, like, oh, I grown up, I don't have a quirk, but then I suddenly discover my quirk in the middle of this fight, but it doesn't help anybody. But the
Isn't
main
that just Jolene with her stand?
no, Jolene does. Jolene, her stand is useless. She's literally
god off.
she's just Spider-Man. Like that's all it is. She's just Spider-Man. But the way that she uses her stand abilities and everything makes up for that. And
I don't know. I could argue JoJo's predictable too, though.
okay, no, I'm not gonna lie. Okay,
No,
okay.
I am no.
Look,
Probably the first part and the second part,
exactly,
but not everything else.
Part 1, part 2, easily predictable. Easily predictable. I'm not gonna. I watched part 1 and
Especially since part 1 and 2 were like from the 80s.
I watched part 1 and part 2 just recently again, and I just realized how easy it's so predictable. It's so easy to tell that Lisa in part 2 is Joseph's mom because there are I count them.
We should have spoiled before.
There are
Well,
okay.
too bad.
Well, too bad. Watch it. Read it.
Please.
Watch it. Read it. Right. Read it. Read the manga. Part 2 with Lisa, you could easily tell that she's Joseph's mom because of like 3 moments in the show. And I counted them. I even like
foreshadowing.
Yeah, it just foreshadows like there's like 3 moments in the show where you could easily tell, oh, that's her mom. That's easy.
Well, they also make it obvious in the OP because like if they wouldn't include some random person in the OP unless they were important, so it kind of gives it away there.
Yeah, but you
could argue the same thing about part 3 and part 4. Not cheap. Part 4 is the only one where I wasn't like, oh, this is predictable. Personally, 3 and then some parts of 5, I was like, yeah. Because at this point, I know JoJo is a show is known for killing characters off.
Yeah,
At this
definitely.
point.
And dogs. And dogs.
Every
The first dog
dog.
that died was my name.
Every dog.
He had my name.
Yeah. Who would have thought? No, but part three, I would say isn't predictable as much. Look, if you don't watch the opening, if you watch the show,
Part 3 is just, I honestly think it's just a highlight of the entire JoJo's.
and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that is if you mention like JoJo to someone, they'll be like, oh, part 3 immediately, because that's what
Because everyone knows who Jotaro is, and
everybody-
they love the contrast between him and Dio.
it's the memes. It's just the
Even
memes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kono Dio, every other meme that is said up to part 3 idolize or
Even
not,
the whole when they
idolize.
meet up at the end of part.
That is a meme. Part 3 is just like known everywhere because of the memes.
Mm-hmm.
The only
It's
reason
probably the most meme that they know about JoJo is the end
the walk
or the be continued. Yeah, roundabout.
the roundabout or the walk.
Everyone knows that,
Or
but
just
they
like-
never knew it was from JoJo.
Exactly. Like Sergio, he never knew it was from it.
Exactly.
It was like, oh, I never knew. I thought it was just a meme. Like, no, it's from the show.
Nope. From an anime.
I'm in the rare minority where we heard
Same
the
thing
song
goes
before
for
we even
Fist of
watched
the North
JoJo.
Star.
Oh, what's up, Carlos?
Oh, I was gonna say about the roundabout. I'm like in the rare minority where like I heard this song before I watched JoJo, and when I watched it, I was like, oh shit, like it's in here too.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I'm like that too. I was always like listening to like a bunch of like 80s, like a bunch of 80s alternative or like just a bunch of other rock bands. And Yes came up, and I was like, wow, that's a pretty cool song. And then I heard it in JoJo, and I was like, that's awesome.
I was kind of funny how they use like sometimes rock band names like AC/DC. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
the whole show is just a musical
That's
reference.
cool.
The whole show is a musical reference. That's what I love about it. It's just music references.
How
Right,
did you
right.
come across JoJo though?
Hmm?
How did you come across JoJo though? If I could
First, it
find
was
out about
Juan. I'm not gonna. It was Juan, our Juan. Juan Yorm.
Yeah.
In like 2014. He was talking about the show because part 1 had already come out, and he was watching part 1 and part 2, and he had recommended it to me, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I started watching it, and then 2015 was the fight with Dio and Jotaro, and I was like so hyped up for it that I was like, after part 3 ended, I just started reading it.
Yeah.
I just started reading like 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 4, and I was like, dude, this is like the best show ever, or the best manga at least, in my opinion.
Dank.
Yeah, so it was Juan who kind of technically brought me into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then from there I just started being my own thing.
Joseph, you know Fate Grand Order is getting a movie?
Again?
No, there was the first movie. This one's about Camelot.
Oh.
And then there's a second one coming out about Shinjuku. I don't remember.
The place in
What about the
Japan.
Lupin the Third movie?
It's either Shinjuku or...
Well, it would have to be 'cause
Or no, it's Babylon. It's Babylon.
Babylon.
Oh my god, the
So
Babylon chapter
Jesus-
is a game
Jesus
changer.
gonna be a lancer or something?
Look, it's no doubt he's already a stand user. There's no doubt
He's
gonna
the first JoJo.
He's the first JoJo. There's no doubt that he's gonna be idolized or not idolized. There's no doubt that he's gonna be put somewhere else as like this other crazy figure, like a lancer perhaps in that show.
Well, no, you said Babylon.
He's probably a caster. Or a ruler. Those are
Isabelle
both-
from Smash Bros. Is a Joestar.
She is, sadly. Sadly.
Have you guys heard of the Lupin the Third CG movie that's coming out?
I was
It
just
looks phenomenal.
You were talking
Yeah.
about it, and I was like, I remembered about that. I remember playing the
Pretty good.
some of the games on the DS.
There were games? What?
Yeah, Lupin. Wait,
yeah, there were
wait,
games.
am I confusing it for something else? Because I remember seeing that like in Target when I was a kid.
Oh, Monkey J. Poopy.
I remember there's some being on the DS, if I remember.
So that Danny's favorite anime?
Lupin the Third.
Danny's
Which one?
favorite is, or
I guess no. I guess I was mistaken. Lupin the Third for Ace Attorney or Phoenix Wright.
I forgot. That's Danny's
Phoenix Wright is
favorite anime.
amazing.
Phoenix Wright is great.
Which one?
All of
I
them.
don't know.
I
All
What's
want to
three
your
of
get
them.
into
favorite anime?
Firewatch. Fire Force.
No, they said like
Firewatch
something's my
or Fire
favorite
Force.
anime.
I forgot the new one.
Fire Force.
good game.
That's the new shonen around Fire Force.
Yeah, I want to get into that one. It looks.
It looks good. I'm not gonna lie. I might consider watching it.
Have any of you heard about that Demon Slayer one?
This is just called Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the
Yeah.
one where he travels around with his sister or something?
Yeah, and the sister has like something in her mouth all the time or something like that.
She has like a.
A scuba dive. I count it as a scuba dive thing.
Snore.
But yeah,
What about Dr. Stone? I keep hearing about that one. Have you guys
okay,
heard about that one?
Okay, yeah, I've heard about it several times, but let me just like go on
Remind me what that one is.
a quick rant. It's I don't know what it's about fully. I just know it's about like an alchemist, a chemist or a scientist. And I don't know the goal. I just saw that he's like covered in like cement or something in like one part, and then he comes out and then he's like a scientist or something. And everyone says it's good. It's also predictable, like super predictable.
I don't know.
And I was like, I don't know. I might watch it.
That sounds interesting.
I haven't heard much about it. I just heard that it's good and it's just predictable. That's another side of it, but I don't know. Bunch of
I want
weebs out
another
there.
season.
aren't you a weeb, Daniel?
We're all weebs.
I'm
We're
Asian.
all weeaboos now. Anyways,
You're all diamond dogs now. You're all
I
diamonds.
miss, I miss Boss.
Mission 43.
I gotta say, I kind of slept on Mob Psycho because I didn't. My friend told me to watch it, but I was like kind of reluctant
Luigi did
because
say
it
he
looks
find
so
it.
outlandish.
The fights.
Yes,
The fights in Mos
too insane.
Fights are sick. I don't know. I like One Punch Man a whole. And besides, Mob Psycho already.
That's another one that I really couldn't get into. Or
One Punch Man.
yeah, I just that was another predictable one.
Well, I mean,
I don't say it's predictable. I just found it
that's
like
the whole
really,
joke about
really
it, though.
funny.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's the point of it. It's like funny, but like the annoying part for me is that you know that he's always gonna win.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's gonna be something that might happen or whatever.
I
and
heard
that's what
about like
feel drives me
something.
to watch it.
I heard about like something. Oh, in the second season, he can't kill someone in one punch. He has to punch him twice. I'm like, oh wow, holy crap!
Well, I mean, if
What
the
a-
guy,
what a
if the
difference.
guy who made it
What a difference.
keeps true to his webcomic, there is an enemy that Saitama.
I
But
don't
who
know.
knows? And I'm not gonna say the character already.
I say.
I don't. But I don't know. It's
Just too
probably because
simple.
had I not about the webcomic and read it fully, then yeah, I would have probably been in the same book. But now that I do, I'm sticking. Especially like against King. I like.
So, what I'm getting here from everyone is like you guys don't like predictability, but then like how can you say you like Spider-Man stories when you know how it's gonna end? He's gonna get beat
Well,
up. He's gonna get back up.
Okay,
And he's gonna win again.
what's Spider-Man?
Well, no, most of them are not that
Which
predictable.
Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Some of them he just fucking dies.
Yeah, or he just straight up loses and never like fights him, or he
Yeah.
heavily wounded and can't beat him.
Besides, it's not the outcome of the. It's what's going through process.
Exactly. I know, but then
It's
like,
not
but some of your
always the-
arguments.
No, okay. This is my argument for My Hero Academia, and
Continue.
in my first, I couldn't tell if you could hear me or not.
Yeah, go for it.
When I first like heard about the first season, I said, okay, he has no powers. He's just gonna get the most OP power, and he's just gonna win every fight with like someone else. Instantly, second season, me and my brother were right. Instant.
Mhm.
You're not wrong. You're really not.
I mean, it's not gonna be like Kill la Kill where the guy gets an armor good, but then he's also struggling as he ultimately he just dies.
Kill la Kill? Don't you
Kill
mean
la Kill
Kill la
is
Kill.
sad.
Gurren Lagann?
Oh no, not Kill. It's not Kill la
Agame?
Kill. It's
Agame?
A comic,
It's
a comic
Akame ga
kill.
Yeah,
There you go,
Agame
Akame
got
ga-
Kill.
But then, Akame got killed so sad. But I
It's
heard it didn't
Yeah,
follow the manga.
I
but
never
that's
watched
that's
it.
arguably what people are saying they want, because if they don't want predictability like that. But even
But-
then,
But like, not to predict even the second season or even the first like ending episodes of season 1 for My Hero Academia is stupid. You have to be almost brain dead or
Okay,
some type
well, no,
of
see-
like
see, well,
never
that's the
watched a
thing.
single manga to
See,
not
well, that's the
understand
thing.
that
It's
he's
not
gonna
that
get
they're
overpowered.
brain dead. They're
Well-
more so invested in the fight and like,
Yeah,
how
that's
it
the pro-
looks.
The what I think appeals to My Hero Academia, obviously it's predictable. I guess he said you have to be brain dead not to notice how it's gonna end. But the manner of how you get there and how that happens.
definitely.
Of course,
I guess a good
Midoriya gets an
example was
OP.
like Aaron Yeager. He was a very good example
Well, I mean,
because
so
in the first
not
season
every
he died.
manga is gonna
Good
be
thing
like
Cindy-
Berserk.
Didn't the creator want
even
to kill
then-
everyone?
Hmm? In
Didn't the
what?
creator want to kill everyone in the manga? And then he just kind of went like, I guess
Wait,
not, because
who?
people didn't want him to die.
Attack on Titan.
Wait, who?
Yeah, Attack on
Attack on-
Titan with Eren Yeager when he first got Eden, right?
Yeah, I
the
thought he
creator
was
was
gonna
saying-
die right there.
Yeah, but and the
Well,
creator
he
wanted him
should've.
to, but people didn't want him to. So what he
Yeah.
did was he gave him the power of a Titan, and that's how we are. Here we are now.
There was a lot of plot twists in the manga.
Also, then it was gonna be kind of like really off
It was like
in the sense of like the morbidity, the morbidness of it.
he's going through like right now he's a I don't know. There's a lot of politics going on right now in the
The
That is-
manga?
There is a lot of politics going on right now.
Yeah, and the new seasons too, where they overthrow the emperor. I want to say emperor.
The king,
current
but
The
it's
king,
it's a
yeah.
fake king.
Yeah,
Oh, so
But
basically real Britain.
Basically.
Kind of, yeah. But like in the manga, everything's going like almost ape shit right now
oof.
because Aaron
yeah, well,
Yeager's Aaron's doing
Sergio and them,
crazy
they're
amount
like
of
getting
stuff.
into Attack on Titan, but it's only the end. I doubt they'll ever read.
No one reads the manga anymore, and it's
I
sad.
know.
Read the JoJo manga.
What's
Read
mango?
any of your favorite anime's
The comic
manga,
book?
and you're gonna love it way more. It's just
Freezing.
People want to watch
I like
it
cartoon
instead of
books.
just reading. That's a problem.
I
That's
like
absolutely
freezing.
a problem.
Like even Bardock talked about it. It's like if you like the show, read it.
Read the manga
It's that
because the manga's more free.
yeah.
They're
Like
able to get away with a lot more exciting.
if you have the time to watch like a whole season, you have the time.
Then
to
you have
read,
time
like,
to read it.
You have time to read it. You definitely do.
Exactly. This is why. Look at the perfect example is Berserk. The
God,
anime is
Yes.
awful,
Yes.
but the manga is
yes,
so good.
The
yes.
manga's amazing. Oh my
It is
god.
amazing because they get away with anything.
It's an
Anything.
it is emotional, not even a roller coaster. An emotional car crash.
It's just an amazing story.
It's an emotional like gasoline tanker blowing up right in front of you.
Mhm.
I wouldn't even say in front of you. I would say like you're in the cockpit
You're no,
or in
you're,
the driver's seat.
you're in the gas tanker.
Exactly.
You
Just
are.
Berserk's just a wild ride where it's constantly turned over and over. again.
Yeah, definitely. Like I
Up
can
until
I can say this for part 6 because part 6 you're not ready. If you didn't read it, you're not ready. That's the thing. Bardock says
Wait,
it.
wait.
Is it gonna be animated to? People were saying they should have used that in part 5.
wait, what's part
That
6
they were gonna
again?
Jolene, Jojo.
Stone Ocean?
Oh,
Stone
okay,
Ocean.
never mind.
Ocean,
I
right?
didn't
Look,
watch
I-
JoJo.
Like the thing is, if you don't read, if you didn't read it, you're not ready for it. If you read it, you know what's gonna go on. And
I heard someone that the other sons of Dio do something. I
yes,
don't remember that.
dude, the Sons of Dio in part 6 are like
The big
vital.
Diablos.
They're vital to the story.
Yeah.
Well, not
Don't they cause like an impact or something like Evangelion style?
only like 2 of
Something
them.
like that.
If I'm being honest, only 2 of them.
What?
Should we even bring up Evangelion? How like the
Terrible.
Netflix thing?
Yeah, I was about to say like
The-
how terrible they just.
The new dub?
And then Bardock hated the apocalypse version, or the
What are we talking about?
Evangelion.
Evangelion, the end of
Netflix.
Evangelion. That's what he said. He
Oh, the new dub, or what are we
The
talking?
new dub. The new dub.
no.
Well, not
yeah,
well,
that
we were.
and the other.
Oh, I see.
I don't know. Shinji. Oh, what did she say? Like, I can do 6 backflips or something for some reason.
You know what, Daniel? I don't think you need a reason to be able to say that if you could do.
So, if you knew what went on in
We'll
that
tell it
scene,
to her.
if you knew what went on in that scene, she wouldn't have said I could do 6 backflips.
I'm just
Are you
saying.
talking about
I don't think
Asuna
you
or
need it. I don't think
Asuka?
you need
Yeah,
a reason.
it was
Also, don't spoil it because I'm watching it.
Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it. Then.
Comatose.
I'm just saying, if you could do
Semen
6 backflips,
infilled.
I don't think you need a reason not to say it, Daniel.
Well, then I don't need a reason to say it.
That's like saying if you want to get into this club, you have to bend your back forwards into
Jokes.
another dimension, and you do it, you could that club that bouncer better let you in.
Done. Easy. I did it.
Exactly.
He stole that guy's pizza.
He stole that dude's pizza.
Is that for Spider-Man 2? What else?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, where's that from? Oh shit.
Whoa.
Classic.
He stole that dude's pizza.
It's pizza time.
I think someone in my dad's room just yelled yeet.
Yes.
There's only 2 people in there.
I never want to hear that.
What if you're playing one night and you just hear from your parents' room someone yell yeet?
No, it wasn't even like that. It was like yeet, like a
Was it your
hard
brother?
struggle one. No, my brother's not here.
That's a cry of pain.
That's how Texans nut. Yeah.
Sweet, sweet. Misery. Alright, we're gonna wrap it up.
What's the last thing?
Did we even talk about the upcoming series?
It's probably
You want to make that the last?
Sure.
Okay.
So everybody, these fine gentlemen will be talking about their next series in whatever they're doing. Here they are.
Thanks for plugging in.
as soon as we see Cello, I'm gonna
Thanks for being the
disable
host.
Thank you, Silo. We're now going to be jumping over to Joseph and maybe Danny and maybe myself in the other room talking about some other stuff. All right, back to you guys.
We're definitely gonna do the Skyrim playthrough. It's definitely, but because of certain circumstances, not everyone's gonna.
All right, Danny. Looks like Joseph got caught in like a hurricane. You're gonna need to tell us what he said or what he was gonna say. Joseph is under a rock or a hurricane. Go on, Danny.
Of course, dude. For sure, we're gonna continue the Skyrim series that we started. It's probably gonna continue with Juan and Joseph, or maybe you and me, Claire. Another upcoming series that I don't know. We're still gonna do the Until Dawn series, and
That's gonna be it.
probably
Channel artist.
yeah, the channel artist. We have a channel artist. She's working hard, and
I hope
she's still working.
working hard or hardly working.
Working hard.
Both.
And what else? Oh yeah, you guys said something about a Monster Hunters too.
That's what
Yeah.
Joseph was intending. Yeah.
I could say something about that.
May do it
Oh, okay, he's here. Never mind.
as well, or I'll probably send some footage, for Louis cut ups, not raw. I'll mainly go
Raw.
through raw.
Joseph has been hit by an 11 kill streak EMP. We're now going to be jumping into Danny onto the scene of a car crash. Danny, what do you have to say?
I was completely shocked, dude. As you can see,
Was that a pun on the EMP? I was completely shocked. All
That's
right, Danny.
uncalled for, Danny.
All right, Danny, back to you.
But
as you can see, It's a real accident here. I just wish Joseph could be here and not,
Kill
under
me.
the car.
We've
Kill me.
been hearing live reports of Joseph demanding someone to murder him in cold blood. We're gonna jump in on Joseph.
Knees are shot, bleeding out.
We're gonna jump to Joseph on the scene of a
747
fire?
airplane crash.
of a fire in a submarine. Joseph,
I
cool.
think the fumes got to him.
Yeah, he sniffed too much oil. Cool.
Carbon monoxide.
How do you sniff a liquid?
That's easy.
Isn't that snorting?
No, it's not. It's
called
sniffing. Actually, it's called snorkeling if you want more
I mean,
details.
Snorkel.
have you ever like sniffed like have you ever like not had the need to eat something, so you just sniff it and you basically eat it? You eat something by smelling it. Have you ever done that? You guys are
I
freaks.
can't say I have.
Have you ever put 2 pixie sticks in your nose while they're open?
Okay, so I'm gonna need it down. 9, 1, and wait on the last one.
We're not getting away with this.
You've never done that? What a
Yes, hello,
scrub.
Los Angeles Police Department. Yes, I'd like to report 3 gentlemen shoving pixie sticks up their nose. Yes, I understand this is not a prank call. Yeah, yes. Oh, I can go to jail for this call. Oh no.
I identify as you.
Power.
You have a good night too, officer.
Power move.
God damn.
Wait. What if instead, they ask for license already? You say no.
No, you.
Where's your license, huh?
No,
Shit.
Just pull a race
What a
card.
bunch of jokers.
Pull a race card.
Wait, is that Joker movie gonna be good? End it. Don't say anything.